Hello viewers, I'm Advocate K. Rawat from LEXIS and Company. Today we're going to talk about the term bias and its kinds under administrative law. So, the term bias means an operative prejudice, whether conscious or unconscious, in relation to a party or issue. Given one example, each of any three types of bias are pecuniary bias, subject matter bias, departmental bias, and other forms of bias. Now, we'll talk about it one by one. First, we'll talk about personal bias. Personal bias arises from a certain relationship equation between the deciding authority and the parties which incline him/her unfavorably or otherwise on the side of one of the parties before him/her. Such equation may develop out of varied forms of personal or professional hostility or friendship. However, no exhaustive list is possible. In case the Supreme Court questioned the selection list prepared by the Departmental Promotion Committee, which had considered the confidential reports of candidates prepared by an officer who himself was a candidate for promotion. However, in order to challenge administrative action successfully on the ground of personal bias, it is essential to prove that there is a reasonable suspicion of bias or a real likelihood of bias. Reasonable suspicion test looks mainly to outward appearance, and real likelihood test focuses on the court's own evaluation of possibilities. But in practice, the tests have much in common with one another, and in the vast majority of cases, they will lead to the same result. In the area of bias, the real question is not whether a person was biased. It is difficult to prove the state of mind of a person. Therefore, what the courts see is whether there is a reasonable ground for believing the deciding officer was likely to have been biased. In deciding the question of bias, judges have to take into consideration the human possibilities and the ordinary course of human conduct. But there must be real likelihood of bias and not mere suspicion of bias before the proceedings can be quashed, on the ground that the person conducting the proceedings is disqualified by bias. The apprehension must be judged from a healthy, reasonable, and average point of view, and not on mere apprehension and vague suspicion of whimsical, capricious, and unreasonable people. I hope you are pretty much clear with what is bias and personal bias. If not so, then do let me know in the comment section regarding all your doubts and queries. I'll clear up all your doubts and queries regarding this particular video in my next video. I'll see you guys super soon in my next video with some other legal topic. Till then, take care of yourself.